Goldylocks Productions broadcasts universal cosmic frequencies that unlock, awaken, and expand the consciousness of our worldwide viewers and listeners.
Goldylocks Productions presents the Live from Little Bear Sanctuary show with Christopher Vane. Enjoy topics such as the vegan lifestyle, sanctuary media highlights, and spotlighting new rescues.
Happy Friday, friends. Welcome to Live from Little Bear Sanctuary. I'm your host, Chris Vane. How's everybody doing today? So we are broadcasting live, as you guys know, from the Goldylocks Productions YouTube channel and the Little Bear Sanctuary Facebook page. And also we're live on Rumble. I giggle because the WWF, it's stuck in my head forever. Let's get ready to rumble. So yeah, if you're watching live today, which is Friday, July 9th, 2021, don't forget to sign in, say hello, tell us you're here, and also tell us where you're tuning in from. Good morning, Michelle. How are you? Michelle's here on Facebook, and I know she's in Florida. So, and if you missed any episodes, you can watch anytime on all of those. On all those channels, the Goldylocks YouTube, Little Bear Sanctuary Facebook, Little Bear Sanctuary website, Rumble, and every major podcast network. We're there. Look for us. So today we have a returning favorite guest. I don't even think he needs any introduction, but if you guys don't know him by now, it's my good friend David from David's Kitchen LA. Welcome, David. How are you today?
Hey, Chris, I'm ready to rumble, as you say.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I certainly do. And it's great to be back on the show. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, of course. We love having you on the show. I know you're going to be you're doing 2 recipes today.
Yes,
you got your work cut out for you.
Yeah, you turned it up a notch for me this time around here and asked me to make 2 recipes. So I hope I have a treat in store for you guys. It's either going to be fun or a disaster, but I'm banking that it's going to be fun. I just got to give a shout out to all my kitchenettes out there that are joining me here at David's Kitchen Vegan. And so we're going to make 2 things today. The first thing we're going to make are vegan lemon meringue bars. Oh my God, I've had these. It's like lemon meringue pie in a bar form.
Wow.
I've uncovered some new vegan ingredients, something sweetened condensed rice milk, which is amazing. You could eat it out of a can like dulce de leche. I mean, it's
yeah.
I'm like, how come I didn't know about this?
I didn't know about it either until you told me. It's pretty amazing.
It's really good. I had to buy it online and have it shipped, and all the cans came dented, but that's fine. It still tastes good. And then the second recipe that I'm going to make is a vegan banana chocolate chip cake with a plant-based cream cheese frosting. And that's another one. It's a lot easier to make. You can make it in one pan. You can ice it in the same pan and serve it in the same pan. So it's great if you're bringing it to a party or a friend's house for a barbecue or something. It just makes it real nice and easy. So I'm going to.
I made it last night, so I'll eat it with you when we next time.
So I'm going to switch back and forth a little bit, but the first thing I want to do is make the shortbread crust for the lemon meringue bars, because I'm going to have to put them in the oven. They're going to take about 20 minutes or so. And while they're cooking, I'm going to do the banana cake, and then I'm going to come back and finish the lemon meringue bars. Sound like a plan?
Sure.
Awesome. Okay. So the shortbread crust is really easy. You're just going to take 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of sugar, and 1.5 sticks of chilled plant-based butter. So I just took these out. I'm putting them in here. And the other thing that I like to do, just to give these the crust a little bit more flavor, if you will, I will grate about 1/2 of a lemon for some lemon rind right here into the crust mixture. So that's really, really good. And as you know, I'm using my one of my favorite kitchen utensils, my microplane grater. As you know, look how easy that is. And then basically what I'm doing is I'm using a pastry cutter.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm just cutting in the butter into the flour mixture. And it's going to get to the point where it's like a little bit sandy, right?
Yeah.
So this will just take a minute or two to do that.
Every kitchen needs a microplaner now.
Yes, every kitchen needs a microplaner. And as far as I'm concerned, a pastry cutter, if you're going to make any sort of pie crust or something like that, it just makes it real easy. So how did you guys fare with those storms from Elsa?
Miss Elsa. She came through and dumped a lot of rain on us. So we had about 24 hours of rain, which we really needed. So we've got everything green now. Our pond filled half up for sure. This is the first time the pond has been so deep since we moved in. So we're kind of excited about that. And I'm hoping it'll be completely full by the end of the season.
Which animals back in the pond?
We have a family of turtles that lives in there, and they always come back.
Oh.
And yeah, they're really cute. And yeah, other than that, nothing damaged. Just a lot of rain. We had we've got 2 new piggies that arrived 2 weeks ago, and they were both house pigs. So for me, that's the most stressful. I mean, I know they're they're so used to being in a house, and then here comes Tropical Storm Elsa. Yeah. So the one of them, his name is Brutus. I actually took him in the house because I felt so bad for him. And then we have another one, Doodle. Doodle's a really heavyweight, big boy, and he was in an area where he had a little house. And what he likes to do is he has this plastic kiddie pool, and he puts it on top of himself. And he stays underneath it, and you see this pool, moving around the sanctuary.
Yeah, and it's the pig.
And it's the pig underneath, yeah.
Oh,
so that's his shtick.
That's cute. All right, guys. So I have a 9x9 inch metal pan, and with these lemon meringue bars, it's real important that you double line it with parchment paper, because the first time I made this, some of the meringue or the lemon filling went under just one layer, and it made it really hard to take out. So do it with 2, and then just spray it with some cooking spray. Now you can see here, I have these crumbled mixture. It's like sand, but if you push it together, it's going to stick together. This is our crust. Just going to go ahead and pour that all right in here. And just with my hand, I'm going to simply even it out and then press it down into this pan. And that's going to make a really nice shortbread crust for the bottom of these lemon bars. I mean, it is so good. I made them for the 4th of July, actually. I had some friends over for 4th of July, and I made them then, and they were unbelievably delicious. I actually like them better even, the day after. So yeah, they were really good. Now, I do want to remind everybody that this particular recipe does take a 2-day process. So day 1, you're doing this. You're making the crumb crust like I have here, and then you're going to make the lemon filling, and then it has to sit in the refrigerator overnight before you do the meringue topping. Okay, so just know you need to give yourself some time, or if you started early in the morning, you can, get away with a good 8 hours in the refrigerator. So here we are. We have the shortbread crust in the pan. I'm going to pop this in the oven for about 20-25 minutes, and then we'll be back to make the lemon filling. If you just want to do a couple of announcements and give me a few minutes, I'll go ahead and switch out the set so I can make the cake.
I'll say hello to people.
Okay.
All right, who's here today? So so David's going to be doing 2 recipes today. We really we're overloading him with work, so so we're going to go back and forth. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Michelle again. How are you? Everybody says hello, David. Hey, Wilma, how are you? Wilma, are you coming tomorrow? Tomorrow we have a big volunteer day and event from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. here at the sanctuary. So we're excited about that. It's going to be catered by the Sarasota Vegan Deli, and we're expecting a lot of people. So we're going to be cleaning up the sanctuary. Who else is here? Nana. Hey, Nana, how are you, sweetie? All the way from Finland. So good to see you today. Hope everything is doing well. Thank you for that beautiful postcard you sent me, by the way. I absolutely love it. Who did that drawing? That drawing is really amazing. Okay, Wilma's coming. Good. I know, Michelle, you're not coming, but that's okay. We still love you. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Did I get everybody? What special food? Oh, special. Yeah. Yeah. It's a little soggy here, but it's not too bad because we're usually pretty dry. Jennifer, I almost missed you, Jennifer. How are you, sweetie? And Jennifer is also in Florida. A lot of Florida people today. Ruth. Hey, Ruth. How's it going? I'm working on my diary. My dream diary, whatever, is that what we're going to call it? I think that's what we're going to call it. So good times. Good. I'm glad you're doing good. I know Jennifer's getting a new tattoo soon. I thought I'd tell everybody, Jennifer. You guys know I love my tattoos, so I never stop. Is David ready? David's waving, so let's go back to David.
I'm back.
Oops.
I'm back. Thanks. So I changed my set here. Oh, okay. I almost forgot to set the timer. Okay. Wow. All right. So the first thing we need to do, we're going to now switch over to make this banana cake, which is another one that's like really, really good. First thing you need are 2 ripe bananas. What's really nice is, you can just let your leftover bananas sit. The riper, the better. They really get a nice sweetness to them as they get ripe. So don't worry if they look bad on the outside. They're still good on the inside. These actually probably could have even gone another extra day or so, but that's fine. They're still going to work out great. So put the bananas in here.
Yeah, I had a bunch of leftover bananas, so it was perfect.
Yeah. And then I just have my paddle mixture, and I'm just going to quickly mush these around in the mixer until they get real nice and smooth. It'll just take a minute. Then I'll swap this out and use the same bowl to actually make the cake. So it's really easy. Not a lot to clean up.
Yeah, I made it last night. It was very easy to do. I ended up using the Veal Life cream cheese.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it tastes exactly like the cream cheese frosting back in the day. I was completely shocked because, a lot of the other ones the cream cheeses are good, but they're a little different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? And anybody, if you guys use the plant-based cream cheese, the Veal Life, I was literally dying. It was so good.
Oh, that's great.
Like it had the tang, that texture. It was like perfect.
Yeah. All right. So now that we have our mushed bananas, I just put them in another bowl and left them over to the side. Let me just go through the ingredients. So we need to create some plant-based buttermilk. So what I did is took 1 cup of almond milk with 2 teaspoons of white vinegar. You could use lemon juice, but you'll see that it curdles it a little bit, which gives it that acidity, which the baking soda needs to react. Now for our dry ingredients, we have 2 cups of all-purpose flour. To that, I'm adding 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. All right, so that's our dry ingredients. I'm just gonna whisk these just to kind of blend them just ever so slightly, okay? We're gonna set our dry ingredients to the side. Now, for our wet ingredients, we have our bananas. To that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And we're going to leave this here. And the next thing we're going to do is cream 1 stick of plant-based butter. Once that gets nice and fluffy after a couple of minutes, we're going to add 2 plant-based eggs, and I'm using just egg. Okay, so just let me cream this real quick.
Is that a rainbow mixer thing?
Oh yes, it's my new rainbow spatula or whisk. I got it. You know, there was so many promotions over Pride Month, I just couldn't resist. I'm a sucker for impulse buying. You know, these stores,
Prime Day, man. I shopped on Prime Day.
Yeah, these stores see me coming and they're like, "Oh yeah, he's going to buy this." Okay, so to the cream butter, we have 2/3 of a cup of granulated sugar and 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. You could use light or dark; it doesn't matter. Whichever you have is the one that you use. I'm just going to go ahead and whip this up a little bit more. What did you do over the 4th of July?
Oh, absolutely nothing.
Had a party? Are there fireworks anywhere near where you live?
Relaxed. Yeah, nothing. Chilled out, relaxed. I'm trying to think what we watched a movie. I can't remember what movie we watched. It was really bizarre.
All right, so now that we got the sugars creamed into the butter, I'm putting in my 2 just eggs, which is 6 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons of just egg makes about the equivalent of 1 egg. Got that all combined. Now we're going to go ahead and put in our bananas and vanilla. Having the banana in here is another item that really makes it a really nice, dense and moist cake because all the juice from the banana. You can see this is real easy. Just keep throwing things in. All right, now we're going to put in half of our dry mixture. Just mix it in slow. Then we're going to put in half of our plant-based buttermilk.
I ended up putting the buttermilk in with the wet, and it was like a total, everything separates.
Oh, yes.
Still came together, but.
It is. In the end, it all comes together. All right, I'm going to put in the rest of my dry ingredients. Uh-oh. Have a little flour overflow here.
It happens.
And then finally, the rest of the plant-based milk. I'm just going to let this stir while I move this over to the side.
You need a sous chef.
I know. Boy, they have it made on the Food Network. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they seriously. Yeah.
Just make sure you scrape down the sides of the bowl because I could already see that there's some of the batter stuck to the side. They make these KitchenAid paddles that actually have a scraper on them. And of course I got one, but I don't know. I still like that hands-on experience to just do it myself. And I know I'm doing it the way I want it to be. Okay.
You need to try out for the Food Network, the network, next Food Network star.
Oh my God. They put those people through the ringer.
They really do. Yeah.
All right. Last but not least, I'm adding 1/2 of a cup of the mini vegan chocolate chips. The reason why I like to use the mini ones is because they will stay in the batter and not sink down to the bottom like the regular size chocolate chips will, just because they're just a little bit too heavy. Okay, this is done. Now I have a 9x9 glass baking dish that I put some cooking spray in, and just going to clean this off. And this comes here. Just pour it all into the pan. It's perfect because it's not so big. It's perfect size. If you have, 6 people, 8 people coming up, you could really get 9 really nice pieces of the cake out of this size pan. If you wanted to make a bigger one, you could, double the recipe and do 13x9 or something like that. All right. So this is going to go in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. You'll have to test it with a toothpick to make sure it's done. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven and get ready to make the cream cheese frosting. So give me a few minutes to move some things around.
You got it.
Okay.
All right. So, excuse me. Bananas rock. Yes. Bananas rock. Absolutely. So I made this recipe last night, and I don't know what I did with my square pan. So I ended up using those mini bunt molds. They're like little mini bunt cakes. So I did like 6 of those, and I'll show you guys later when we're doing that. So yeah, tomorrow is our big volunteer event. Really looking forward to seeing everybody. Excuse me. Let's see. What else can I tell you guys? Next week, I'm so excited about my guest next week. Her name is Natalie Slater, and she's the author of Baked and Destroy, Good Food for Bad Vegans. She's got a fantastic website, bakedanddestroy.com, and she's also on Instagram. She's a lot of fun. She's described as Martha Stewart meets Iron Maiden. So if you could, picture that in your head. Let's see, what did she? Let me see what else she's done. She was actually the winner of the Cooking Channel's Perfect 3 contest, and she served as a judge on Food Network's Cupcake Wars. I love Cupcake Wars. You guys watch the Food Network? I love the Food Network. So yeah, she's going to be on next week. I'm really, really looking forward to talking to her. It's going to be a really good show. And let's see. Let me see if anybody what's people got to say. I know Jennifer. How could I miss you? Jennifer and I were up very late last night chatting. Oh, her website again it's. Let me make sure I got it right. It's bakedanddestroy.com. So bakedanddestroy.com. COM. She gets about 500,000 hits on that website a month. And her book is available on Amazon, and it's called Baked and Destroy, Good Food for Bad Vegans. So yeah, she's going to be a lot of fun. And Jennifer will take donations for her tattoo. Yeah, tell me about it, Jennifer. Tattoos are really expensive now for the tattoo people. All right. Still, David's cleaning his kitchen still. All right. So I was looking at vegnews.com. I always look to see what the latest news is. And where is it? I know I printed it somewhere. They did those accidentally vegan products. Okay. And most of them I know already, and probably most of them you guys know, but there's always like 1 or 2 that I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know that was vegan. Of course, Oreos always make the list. You guys didn't know Oreos are actually vegan. well, they're plant-based. Some people will argue about the palm oil used in Oreos, deforestation, all that stuff. So you can actually buy vegan Oreos, similar to that are more sustainable. But yeah, Oreos always make the list of accidentally vegan stuff. I don't know why they always list potato chips like Pringles, and I guess most potato chips are vegan. A lot of times those flavored chips, they actually use dairy milk in them, so you do have to read. But I know most of the barbecue ones are always vegan, but some of those other ones, they always add the milk ingredients. And of course, Pop-Tarts, the unfrosted Pop-Tarts, strawberry, blueberry, and the brown sugar are vegan. Who doesn't love a good Pop-Tart? And David's ready. I'll go back down the list later.
All right, I'm back. Thanks, Chris. I hope this is working out pretty good for you. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the plant-based cream cheese frosting. So it's real easy to do. You're just going to take 1 stick of softened plant-based butter and 8 ounces of plant-based cream cheese. I'm using the Mayoko, and just going to go ahead and get this in here. One thing that I've done a couple of times, and I was like, oh my God, good thing I caught it before I put it into the recipe. Some of the plant-based cream cheese has like chives, and it's like already like ready for your bagel. Yep. And I've actually bought it home and been like, oh my God, this has like, garlic and chive. Could you imagine if I used like garlic and chive in a dessert recipe? And
I think she does a salmon flavored one too.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, I can't be having that in my
salmon banana bread.
Yes, no. You won't have me
never
back.
know. It might be good.
Yeah, you won't have me back on the show. So all this is, guys, is 1 stick of plant-based butter, 8 ounces of the cream cheese, and I'm just gonna let this mix for a minute or so to get nice and smooth. And then we have 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And at the end, I'm going to flavor. A lot of people flavor cream cheese frosting with vanilla, but you know how much I love almonds, so I have my almond extract right here. We'll definitely be putting almond in here today. You could do lemon. Don't be afraid to play around with it. You could even put banana.
I ended up doing the vanilla.
Yeah. Although, yeah, to be honest, I'm not a fan of banana flavoring. So
me neither.
I want the real banana or nothing at all. All right. So I'm just gonna.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah. Move this around a little bit here. Okay, this is nice and smooth. So what I'm going to do next is just go ahead and put in my 3 cups of confectioner's sugar. And once again,
that's where it gets messy if you're not careful.
Yeah, you got to go real slow because you will have a puff of sugar everywhere. And then I'm wondering, why are the dogs licking the floor? They probably taste the sugar. When the dogs lick the floor, you know something happens.
Yeah, that's for sure. Do all 3 stand by your feet when you're cooking?
Not until they hear something with the cutting board, because I buy those greenie treats for them.
Yeah.
And the dental treats, and I get the big one and I cut it into thirds. So I give them each a third. And so they know that sound. So now every time I cut carrots, onions, whatever, they come running into the kitchen.
That's funny.
All right, let me just whip this up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add about a teaspoon of almond extract. You can see I just pour it in. I kind of know how to eyeball it. And that's something you don't have to be so exact. Right, this is just about done. You can see how fast it is to make this cream cheese.
Yeah, it went together really easy.
Yeah, and it is interesting. This this brand, the Miyokos.
Yeah.
It actually has a little. It's almost a little bit gray in color compared to
it is
stark white.
Yep.
And it does make a bit of difference. I have used this before. Another thing you could do if you wanted to make, which would be absolutely fabulous as well, a chocolate cream cheese frosting. Just throw like a quarter.
Yeah.
Just throw like a quarter cup of cocoa powder right in here, just pure cocoa powder.
Yeah.
And that would make a chocolate cream cheese frosting.
Yeah.
But this is going to be just fine. All right. Looks great.
Nana, I do love cooking. She's asking me if I love cooking. I do. I love to cook. I always try David's recipes too, as you guys will see. I was telling everybody, David, I didn't have the 9x9 pan, so I made little bunts, the little bunt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. Those little bunt things are so popular. Everybody's like making buns. Okay. Let me just move this over.
Who doesn't like a good bunt?
That's right. Remember my big fat Greek wedding when the woman was making the bunt and that like made bunt cake so popular. All right, now through the magic of television, we already have one of our banana cakes just begging to get frosted. So There you go. You can see what it looks like. It comes out nice. It's really a nice dense cake. Like I said, when you bake it, you could actually cool it, refrigerate it, keep it in the pan. But because I needed the pan to make the other one that's going in the oven, I went ahead and took this one out. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the cream cheese frosting and just dollop it across the top.
Yeah, we really worked your kitchen today, didn't we?
Yes. And I'm going to leave this kind of like what they call a naked cake where there's not frosting on the side. I'm just going to put this frosting on the top, just use the back of a spoon and even it out. And it looks really nice because it just looks like, oh, there's like globs of cream cheese frosting, and who doesn't love that?
Yeah, this mine's
there you go.
Mine's already melting.
Yeah. Now you need to garnish it a little bit. So a couple things that I like to do. I have some yellow little sprinkles, little sugar sprinkles, and I just like to put a little bit on the top. It kind of hints the fact that, oh, there's something yellow in here. Maybe it's banana. And then I'm also going to put some of the mini vegan chocolate chips on top, just a little bit to, give the icing some contrast. And once again, I think it hints to people what's inside. So
That's good.
There nice. You go. That's what it looks like. So are you ready to?
I'm ready. So I'm gonna
hold yours.
So guys, I did. So I made these little bunts. I don't know. My camera's a little bit more
difficult. Oh, wow. Yeah.
But here's my little bunts. So this is what it looks like before the frosting. They got the little holes. And then I just kind of threw together the frosting. And I really overkilled the chocolate chips.
All right. So I'm going to cut into this.
Yeah, I'm doing the same.
Oh, I'm so me being in Los Angeles, it's only 10:30 for me.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm having banana cake for breakfast. I can't wait.
I forgot a fork, but I'm waiting for you.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and put a piece on the plate. Show you guys there. And let's give it a taste.
Oh, really good.
Great. All right. So the show must go on. We're done with the banana cake. I need a few minutes to reposition things in here to get the lemon meringue bars going. Okay?
All right.
I'll be back.
I'm just going to keep eating.
Okay.
This is so good, guys. Oh, sorry, I'm going to be rude. Oh my God. I used the Veal Life. It's on my fingers. It's everywhere, guys. Need some coffee. This is so good. I used the Veal Life cream cheese, and it's got that tang like cream cheese. Silly, right? I've been vegan for so long, but it retains the flavor of the non-vegan version. It's got that little bit of tang that a lot of the plant-based cream cheese doesn't have. So this is like really, really good. It's really good with the chocolate chips too. Anyway, I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to eat that later. It's really good. All right. Yeah, Nana, I wish you could be here. That would be so much fun. Michelle doesn't cook. She makes a great vegan stir fry. So the hubby cooks, huh, Michelle? He has COVID? Your husband has COVID? That's what it looks like you wrote? No? Yes? No? I don't know. COVID. Oh, she can make a good salad too. The hubby cooks. Okay. Yep. We have a 10-second delay on the word, so I'm letting you catch up. You probably meant to say he cooks, and it came out as COVID, I guess. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, accidentally vegan. Where'd we leave off? We left off with Pop-Tarts. Yay, Pop-Tarts. I love Pop-Tarts. Doritos. I know Doritos, the spicy, sweet, chili flavored ones, they are the vegan brand, and it's a good brand for them to be vegans. But most of the Doritos contain milk. And I always find that so weird, right? Why even bother using the milk? It's just so unnecessary. A lot of that's what kills a lot of most of these things is the milk. Fritos, I love Fritos. Fritos are vegan. In case you didn't know, even most of the barbecue flavors of all of the various chips are vegan. Yeah, exactly. Most people think chips that never think. You'd be shocked, guys, when you start reading labels how many products put the dairy in. It's weird, right? Anyway, Ritz crackers. I had no idea Ritz crackers were vegan. That's very exciting. My favorite Smarties. Oh my God, guys, Smarties. Smarties, the little David's waving. Oh, MSG and Doritos. Yeah, definitely.
Hello, I'm back. Yeah, those sound all really, really good. So, all right. So while everybody's what's that sound? My favorite sound. Let's go see what's in the oven here. Let's stop that. All right. Our lemon bar shortbread is done. I'm just going to move our banana cake to the lower rack. Okay, guys. So here's our lemon bar shortbread. And what has to happen now is it's just going to cool while we make the filling. So I'm just putting it on a wire rack and let that cool down a little bit. Now, we are going to make the filling for the lemon bars. And this is really, really pretty exceptionally delicious. You're going to start off with 2 cups of sugar into your saucepan. We're going to add 1/2 cup of cornstarch. It's the cornstarch that is going to be the thickening agent that's going to let this come into like a lemon curd, right?
Right.
We're going to add 3/4 cup of fresh lemon juice and 1 teaspoon or the rind of 1 lemon. So I went ahead and did that just for simplicity's sake to move this on. Now I have 1.5 cups of whole coconut milk. Okay, so if you can get the cream, even better. But this is
so that's the one from the metal can, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
from the metal can. You can't use the light. And this one is literally like thick milk.
Yep.
You get some that have water with the cream on top. If that's the case, get rid of the water and just use the cream portion.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on a second here. I just don't want to forget my cake in there. All right. Then we have our sweetened condensed coconut milk. Okay. It is amazing. It's and you only need 1/4 cup.
So it is coconut. I wasn't sure. It's not soy, it's coconut.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's sweetened condensed coconut milk.
Okay.
Yes. I think I might have said rice milk earlier, but it is sweetened condensed coconut milk. And you need 1/4 cup. I just use a big tablespoon and kind of eyeballed 1/4 cup. But the thing that I'm excited about is a lot of other bar cookies. Hang on, let me go ahead and start this real quick. A lot of the bar cookies. So what we're going to do is we're just going to heat this up until it gets really thick. Okay, it's going to come to a boil and get thick, but you have to stir it constantly, otherwise it'll burn. But what I was thinking about is there's like different kinds of 7-layer bars that I like to make. And they all called for sweetened condensed milk. And I thought, well, how am I going to veganize that?
Yep.
But now I came across this coconut milk, sweetened condensed coconut milk. And I also heard sweetened condensed oat milk is another good alternative.
Okay.
You might be able to find it in some other specialty stores, but I just bought it online.
Okay.
Right. So
get it like on an Amazon or
yeah.
I think they usually have everything.
And then one last thing that we're going to add to this, because typically if you're making lemon curd, you're using egg yolks, right? Which then makes it nice and yellow. So we don't have that. So we have to make something that makes it yellow. So there's 2 things you can do. You can use a little bit of vegetable food coloring, or I'm using a teaspoon of turmeric. Okay.
Yep.
Now, the only thing with your turmeric, now I just put that in here, and it makes it such a beautiful yellow. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But boy, it could like basically stain everything you own, right?
For sure.
Yes. So the turmeric's gonna stain. All right. So while this is going here, I'm gonna have to watch this. I'm just gonna lower it for a minute.
We'll talk while you're doing that.
And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna start the meringue.
Okay. Sure.
So for the meringue,
do you create these recipes yourself, David? Some of these, or how do you usually? Is this part of your arsenal, or?
So some of the things I make myself. This one I did not make myself. I got this one from another blogger online, but I made some changes to it, right? So I used a different condensed milk. I like to add the, you're going to see some of the rind and the extract to the meringue.
Yeah.
So I just kind of make my own little tweaks to them, if you will.
Sure.
I also changed, after the first time I made this, the shortbread came out really, really hard. And so I changed the way of doing that to make it more like the method of a pie crust.
Yep.
It just made things so much easier.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a couple of things that I need to do here, and it's going to take a while for the meringue to whip up. So the first thing I did is I took the liquid of 1 can of garbanzo beans, okay, the aquafaba. And I cooked it down over the stove until it reduced in half, okay? So I wanted to get some of the liquid out of it because it would, if I didn't do that, it would make the egg whites runny when I make the meringue, okay? Or the aquafaba meringue. I keep saying egg whites, but you get the point. And if you've never used this, I mean, it's really stunning.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Fabulous they whip up. So, so basically, this is a little less than a half a cup of the aquafaba. And to that,
and you've reduced it, you said.
Yeah. So that was already reduced. Okay. And then to that, I'm adding 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar. Okay. Yep. And it's the cream of tartar that becomes the thickening agent for this.
Yep.
And I'm going to go ahead and whip these. They're going to take, about 6 or 7 minutes or so. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ahead and whip them so that they start stiff peaks. And I put my mixer back here. Okay. So give me a minute and I'll call you back when I'm ready to show you how this thickens up. Okay.
Sure. Remember that song, whip it good. Oh my goodness. I'm losing it today, guys. So yeah, I keep staring at my cake over here. I gotta have another piece because it's so good. It's gonna be rude. Sorry, guys. You guys have to make this. It's so good. And it was so easy to make. So if you guys never used aquafaba or ever heard of it, it's the juice that's in the can of the garbanzo beans. So when you drain your garbanzo beans, don't throw away that liquid because that literally is like, it acts like egg whites normally do. So you can whip it up, you can turn it into meringue. I know you can make those we used to call them cloud cookies. Those meringue cookies. You can even do that where you bake the meringues in the oven. It's really versatile. It's amazing how well they work. And it's literally the that liquid that's in the can of garbanzo beans. So yeah, don't throw it out. It has uses. Yeah, don't they? The Roots said they sound amazing. They do. I was too lazy to make it because you have to make it the night before and go through all that. But yeah, David loves to make those recipes the day before and turn out some good stuff. I gotta visit you, David, soon, so you can just cook for me all week. I got plenty of them, Wilma. I'll save one for you for tomorrow. I made a whole bunch of those little bunts. So yeah, one has your name on it for sure. Yeah, they're really good. I mean, I forgot to put the chocolate chips into the batter, but it's still really good. We were somebody asked about Randy. Randy's actually doing really good. Thursdays, this is so exciting. Thursday night, Friday's garbage day. So Thursday night, we have to bring out the trash cans. And for those of you who visited us, we have to actually put it in the back of our truck and drive it down to the main road because they don't come up to the house. So it's always this big ordeal on Thursday nights, and it's like, oh my God, we got to take the garbage out. And we actually ordered 2 of those big, I don't know how, I guess it's Waste Management, it's all the same now, in those big green canisters that they automatically put in the truck. So we ordered 2 of the big ones, so we wouldn't have to bring them down every week. But yeah, it's this whole ordeal. And oh gosh, I think we did it. We always sit and we talk about, oh my God, we got to do the garbage. And it's like 10:30 at night. And then we have to, in the dark, we're trying to put the garbage cans on the back of the truck. The goats are running around. The pigs wake up. Everybody's like, what's going on? What's going on? And then we have to try to maneuver around the goats. All 12 goats like to sit in the front of the house, right on the little patio, right by our front door. So when you open our door, there's like this entire herd of goats. So they were always like, oh, what are you doing? Do you got any cookies for us? What's going on? And then the pigs wake up and all the piglets are running around. So it's quite the ordeal just to take out the trash on a Thursday night. And it takes 2 people because you got to load it in the back of the truck. It's not like, they're easy to just roll out to the curb. And it's about a half-mile drive from our house to the main road. So it's a lot of fun. Thought I'd entertain you guys with that story. David's busy back there. Look at him going between the cook and the he's ready.
Hello, I'm back.
Right.
Okay, I'm. What did you say we were doing today? We're ready to rumble. I'm like rumbling, like
let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble. Okay, so I'm cooking this up. You probably can't really see too well. You could probably just barely see into this bowl. I can see it from my shot.
No, I can see right into it.
Okay, it's starting to boil and get thick, right? So all of a sudden, it's going to kind of that cornstarch when it hits the boiling part, kind of like coagulates, and it's just about there, which really makes. Let me lower this thing. This induction cooktop, I absolutely love it. It doesn't create heat in the house like when you're cooking on your regular stove and everything gets hot. Because of the flame. This is amazing. All right, so this is really thick. Like lemon curd. All right. So I'm going to shut this off. I'm just going to move this here. And what we're going to do is take our crust that we had and just simply pour this right over the top of the shortbread. It smells so good. And you can see the little bits of the lemon rind that I put in there from doing the lemon rind. Okay. Now, this kind of smooths itself out a little bit. And I'm going to put this back in the oven for about 8 minutes.
In the oven, okay.
Yep, so it goes back in for about 8 minutes. And it's interesting because that's what the timer says for our cake. So.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, they should both be done around the same time.
Cool.
Okay. Give me 1 more minute and I'm going to get ready to.
No, David, we're tired of you giving us.
1 more minute, I'm going to get ready to finish the meringue.
Sounds good. Ruth says, I will never complain about taking the trash out again. Yeah, crazy, right? It's so funny. When we first moved here, Ruth, we didn't have a truck. So we couldn't take out the garbage. we didn't even think about it when we bought the house, but we got a truck like 2 weeks later, which we knew we were going to do, but it's not even, it wasn't even a thought in our head. We didn't ask, when we bought the house, but yeah, we have to go all the way down. Exciting things. The animals make it exciting though. It's a lot of fun. And then Koa, you guys know Koa, our little dog. She's got a ride in the front seat with us, and she looks for rabbits at night because they run around at night, and she gets so excited when she sees a rabbit. So I call it we're going bunny hunting, and she gets so excited and she'll run after them. She doesn't do anything to them, but she loves going after the little bunnies. They're really cute. And we got a lot of bunnies out here. Oh my gosh. They seriously do multiply. And then they hey, David.
I'm ready. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, guys. So this is the aquafaba egg white.
Oh wow!
Unbelievable. I mean, it just I'm just so like excited over it. I love it. All right. So basically, what I've done here, I just wanted to show you that I'm going to put just 3 drops of pure lemon extract into this. And the lemon extract, it's like lemon oil. It's very, very strong. It's all natural. So you only want a little bit. It'll go a long way. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a simple syrup. And I'm watching the time here. We're going to make a simple syrup that we have to pour into these egg whites or the aquafaba whites as they're mixing. And that's going to make the sweet meringue. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me put this back over here and show you what we have to do for this simple syrup. All right. We're going to get a little technical here. So for the simple syrup, in our saucepan, we have a 1/2 cup of sugar. We have 2 teaspoons of vegan gelatin. This is called veggie gel.
Yep.
And it's the first time I'm using this as well. So putting the vegan gelatin right here onto, kind of sprinkle that across the sugar. And we have 2.5 tablespoons of water. So that's going to go in here, and we're going to start our, we're going to cook this over medium heat until it gets to about 240 degrees with our little candy thermometer, right?
Okay.
Because what happens is you want this to help kind of gel and set the meringue for our lemon bars. So you don't want to stir this a lot. I just kind of wanted to mix it up a little bit to make sure that we get the gelatin dissolved. And I'm just going to let it sit here. And it should only take, a couple of minutes.
Sure.
In the meantime, let me close this other part up. And yeah, see, it's already boiling. It's already boiling, and it's going to melt. All right.
What did you do on 4th of July?
Actually, we went to our first post-COVID pool party.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So that was nice. Yes.
Ah.
Yes. So that was really nice to feel like some sort of sense of normalcy.
Yeah. Pool party. Did you go in the pool?
Okay, guys.
Did you go in the pool?
Oh, yes. Of course I did.
All
right.
Making sure.
So through the magic of television, here you can see what the lemon bars are like. I'll bring them up close here. What the lemon bars are like when you take them out of the refrigerator. So I made these last night, and you can see you have a beautiful gel of
that's amazing. Wow.
Filling.
That looks good.
All right. This is boiling up. Let me just check the temperature here.
So that's that gel from the night before that you're making now?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not quite ready yet. But be very careful. This is like unbelievably scalding.
Yeah, hot sugar is the worst. I've had a few sugar burns.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I think we were homesick or something, and my sister was going to make candied apples for us,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
like, and, you know, it's like molten lava to make that
Yeah.
candy, red candy stuff. And
It's dangerous.
a little tiny dropped on her fingernail, and like, oh my God, it was like just so much drama with that. Like, it was such a disaster. It's funny, we can laugh about it now, but
Yeah.
it was like, oh my God, such a major disaster.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I'm going to shut this off. This is done. Basically what I'm going to do, and I'm going to have to turn my back to you, but I'm going to turn the mixer on and I'm going to slowly pour this in here, and then we're going to let it whip for a few minutes, and then we'll be able to put it on the bars.
Okay. We got time, right, Tiffany? Awesome. I love my KitchenAid.
Okay, so we are almost done. Now, how many more minutes do I
Don't burn
have?
yourself, but it's a whatchamacallit top.
How many more minutes do I have?
You have as much time as you need. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So basically, as this mixes up, the timer just rang. I'm going to take the other one out of the oven. And I'm just going to go ahead now and put this on the rack until it cools completely. And then it'll go in the refrigerator overnight, right? So remember, and then it'll look like this. When you take it out, you just lift it right up, okay? All right, our meringue is done. So let me go ahead and take this. And all you need to do is take like a nice big spoon and just dollop the meringue on top.
That meringue looks amazing.
Oh yeah, and it's like marshmallowy because of the hot sugar.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Yeah, and this is our lemon bar. You are basically done here. Now, if you want to fancy it up a little bit to make those little peaks. Okay, so now I have a nice thick layer of the meringue. You can just take your spoon and go boop, 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 boop all over, and it's making the little peaks. And at this point, once again, you can put a little lemon rind on it. You can put it into the broiler to brown the top, or you could use a little cooking blowtorch, which I just so happen to have. And with the cooking blowtorch, I'm just very gently going to, you can see it starting to brown here a little bit. Oh, I don't want it to slide off. But I kind of have to tilt it a little bit towards me, and because I put it on a plate, it's a little bit quirky. But that's it. I know we're just about at the this didn't work out as good as I wanted it to.
You're good. Don't worry about it. We got time.
But you saw the picture online of it cut open. It's really delicious. Now, a couple of my vegan friends were like, "Oh my God, this is like really amazing," because you don't typically see desserts like this.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah.
You usually have the cookies, the cakes, but something like this is fabulous. And, you could be creative. You can make little mini ones, whatever you want to do. But I would definitely give this a try. You're going to just take your time, right? There's 3 distinct steps. Crust, filling, meringue. And if you just take your time and you only have to do the crust and the filling on one day and the meringue the other day, it goes really easy. But just like I do.
That condensed milk is a game changer.
Oh my God. I can't wait to come back onto the show. I make these 7-layer bars that I make, and I call them bear bars. Maybe they'll be little bear bars. I can make you a signature. I can make Little Bear Sanctuary a signature dessert. It'll be like, awesome. And I'll use the condensed milk. So
perfect.
Thank you for having me today.
Hey,
As always, it's a ton of fun.
It's good to see you always. Thanks for coming on the show.
All right. And remember, for God's sakes, wash your hands.
All right, guys, that's the end of the show today. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing David cook. I always do. Thanks everybody for watching. Nana, thanks for tuning in from Finland. Michelle, everybody else, Ruth, Jennifer, Wilma. I hope I didn't forget anybody. I'm glad you guys all tuned in today. Love when you guys watch live. And that's it for today. So this is Chris Vane signing out. And remember, peace begins on your plate. Love you guys.
Don't want the fun to end? Grab more refreshments. Then head over to the Goldylocks Productions YouTube channel. With the huge selection of shows, the fun doesn't have to end.